Here's some stories that grabbed my attention this week. This from the Business Insider. Headline reads, "The Kings of a Cashless World." Money, as they say, makes the world go round, but the type of money spinning us around is increasingly digital and plastic rather than paper. Every week seems to bring new developments from different corners of the globe that indicate we are inching ever closer to a cashless world. It was recently announced in the UK that cashless payments have exceeded the use of physical money for the first time ever. This came hot on the heels of an announcement from the Danish government that businesses such as retailers, petrol stations and restaurants will soon no longer be obliged to take cash payments. These are just a couple of significant milestones, but they are clear signs of a genuine shift towards a cashless society around the world. Now you might ask, how does a cashless society relate to Bible prophecy? Well, if you're familiar with the book of Revelation in the Bible, you'll already know that here it specifically tells us a new payment system that arises during the reign of the Antichrist will be cashless. That's right, believe it or not, the Bible actually prophesies that we will one day have a cashless society, just like everyone's talking about today. Money will become redundant and a mark on the hand or on the forehead will be the only way to buy or sell. So let's see what the Bible says about these things. In Revelation 13:16-17 it says, "He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads." Other translations render it "in their right hand" or "in their foreheads." "And that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." Wow, I find that absolutely incredible that over 2,000 years ago, the Apostle John in a revelation saw the payment system that we are beginning to see rise today in our time. It's amazing, isn't it, that in the Bible, God actually has put words in there, words of warning to help us today. That's why the Bible is as relevant then as it is today. And that's why we need to read it and understand it, because to understand it is to be warned and to be saved. Now, when the Apostle John had that revelation, I don't think he could have possibly imagined the scenarios that we would be facing today. He just heard the revelation, saw the revelation, and wrote it down. But today, for the very first time, that prophecy spoken of over 2,000 years ago can actually be fulfilled today through the technologies that we have. You may be familiar with the chip implant or the RFID tattoo. Well, these are readily available today and you can get them most places. You can buy them on Amazon or even eBay. And people are even chipping themselves with DIY kits. Now, of course, at the moment it's not the mark of the beast. It will only become the mark of the beast when the Antichrist comes to power. And it becomes the only way to buy and sell. But we are being conditioned to accept this system by the way we are being driven to pay for our goods now. One perfect example of that is what we call here in the UK Wave and Pay. It's on our debit and credit cards. Most cards have been replaced now with the new technology. Wave and Pay basically means you don't have to input your PIN code. Just simply wave your card over a payment terminal using the radio frequency identification technology that's on the card. Now think about it. Wave and Pay. It's an interesting use of words. What do you do with your hand? Well, you wave it, don't you? That's where this thing is going. Eventually, in or on the hand, at some point we'll be waving our hands to make our purchases. Now you may be asking yourself, what's the big deal? There's going to be a cashless society, there's going to be a new payment system whereby the only way to buy and sell is through a chip in or on the hand or in or on the forehead. What can we do about it? Well, it's important to remember that the Bible is also a book of warnings, and the Bible has warned anyone who loves the Lord, who loves Jesus Christ, to not receive that mark under any circumstances. Here's that verse in Revelation 14:9-11. If anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascends for ever and ever, and they have no rest day or night who worship the beast and his image, and whoever receives the mark of his name. Wow, that's pretty intense stuff, isn't it? But you know, the Bible is a book of warnings, and God's laying it down really heavy here, isn't he? He's laying it down heavy because he's saying, don't take the mark of the beast. Whatever you do, don't be fooled into taking it. Yes, you might be worried about how you're going to get your shopping. You might be worried about how you're going to make payments for this or that, but you need to trust in me. Don't take the mark of the beast. Whatever you do, don't take it. And you may be saying to yourself, well, we're not there yet. It's nothing really to worry about. Well, all the indicators are there. The cashless society is around the corner, no doubt. They say within 20 years, Britain will be a cashless society. And all the other indicators are that the technology is there to actually produce what the Bible talks about as being the mark of the beast. Basically what I'm saying, folks, let's be on our guard. Just like Jesus said in Luke 21:34-36, we read from the Message, be on your guard. Don't let the sharp edge of your expectation get dulled by parties and drinking and shopping. Otherwise that day is going to take you by complete surprise, spring on you suddenly like a trap, for it's going to come on everyone, everywhere, at once. So whatever you do, don't go to sleep at the switch. Pray constantly that you will have the strength and wits to make it through everything that's coming and end up on your feet before the Son of Man.